Today I'm starting building a prototype of a home that nobody built before. A home as the minimum viable unit of human dignity. A life-preserving system that respects and withstands the forces of nature. Most buildings begin by breaking the ground, digging deep, pouring concrete, anchoring themselves to the earth like they are afraid that Earth's gravity is a limited force. By the way, gravity has never let us down. I can't say the same about a government. I am building on a universal force that has a 100% success rate since the start of the universe. For generations, we built on an assumption that the ground beneath us is stable, fixed, permanent. But the climate crisis has shattered that assumption. The ground moves now. It shakes. It floods. It liquefies. It simply disappears. And when it does, a traditional foundation becomes a trap. The very thing holding your home in place holds you down in the eye of the catastrophe. So I ask myself 3 questions. What if a home didn't need to be fixed to the ground? What if it could simply sit on the ground, relying on an undeniable universal force with a 13.8 billion years track record? What if it could be removed easily? Those questions led me to today. Most buildings dig in. They fight the forces of nature. Ours? It just moves with it. Our building isn't part of the ground anymore. It sits on it, like a ship in a dry dock. Only resting points, a rope system, and one undeniable universal force: gravity. The same force that kept planets in orbit for 13.8 billion years, with 0 unplanned outages. No breaking the ground, no concrete, just earth nails and rope. Flexible, forgiving. This is an earth nail. Looks simple, right? A bit small, but this is just for demonstration purposes. It's actually the result of years of engineering. We drive these into the ground, not destructive, not invasive, just enough. They don't fight the earth. They just hold the rope. Let me show you. That's all. And here we tied the rope. And when the water comes, the building floats. The rope system keeps it in place, anchored but not trapped. The structure rises with the water. No basement filling, no foundation cracking, no catastrophic failure, just floating. And in an earthquake, the ground shakes. The building moves independently. It doesn't fight the motion. It rides it. This isn't a foundation anymore. It's a relationship. And for the first time, the building doesn't have to win against nature. It just has to move with it. So, we have disconnected the building from the ground. But what do we build it with? Every beam you see here is engineered for its specific role, the loads it will carry, the forces it will face. This isn't off-the-shelf construction. This is first principles engineering. Oil timber, because timber is renewable. It stores carbon instead of emitting it. But more importantly, it's flexible. And when you connect timber with special metal stabilizers and fixings, it reaches strengths far above any concrete or brick. And now, let me show you an experiment. The different materials. I have 2 blocks here. One you probably know it. It's an ordinary brick. And this is, I made a piece of timber and roundabout in the same size. And let me show you the difference. Just make a normal hammer. And you see, not much left. And now, try this with a piece of timber. Do you have a chance to break it in any way? No chance. And now, let's try it a different way. A real hammer. And try to break it. You see, it disappears in the ground. But in the end, you don't break it. You don't break it. You see a little bit deformations. It never breaks. And that's the difference. And this is the material where I build on it. So, we've got a foundation that doesn't fight the ground. A frame that bends instead of breaks. But now I rub it. And here is where it's getting really interesting. The cladding. This building doesn't have insulation as you know it. Because traditional insulation does one thing. It slows down heat transfer. That's it. Air exchange. You open window, heat pours out. Humidity, nobody cares. The result? Mold, respiratory issues, asthma. Building that makes us sick. This one is different. This is an active insulation and heat management system. It manages air exchange, it controls humidity, it uses a 4-zone temperature balancing system. Heat, cold, air, moisture working together constantly. In summer, it reflects solar radiation and vents excess heat. In winter, it captures thermal energy and stores it. What's the result? No air conditioning units, no fossil fuels burning in the basement, no monthly energy bill from the hell. The building regulates itself. I know what you're thinking. Sounds like magic. It is not. It is physics. It is material science. And after years of asking, what if? It is finally ready to build. Okay, so we have talked about foundations, structure, cladding, active systems. But here is the question that really matters. What does this actually mean for a family living here? It means when the storm comes, you don't run. You go home, you sit back and you relax. When the water rises, you don't flee to a shelter. You are the shelter. And if someday nothing works anymore, if the ground is not longer safe, if the politics turn violent, if the world moves on without you, you take your home and you move. So, here we are. This is week 1. The ground is marked, the materials are here. The team is ready and construction is already on the way, as you can see. Over the coming weeks and months, I will show you everything. The tests, flood tests, wind tests, real-time comfort tests, the moments that work and the moments that don't. Because this isn't a render. It is not a concept. It is a real build. This is how we build for the climate frontier. This is Resilient Class. Subscribe and follow the build and watch the future of housing takes shape.